Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Edelson of the Online Political Transparency Project at NYU Tandon, and I'm here to tell you about two tools that we've developed to improve transparency of Facebook political ads. This work was led by Damon McCoy, a professor at NYU Tandon, myself, a PhD candidate here at Tandon, and Paul Duke, our lead engineer. We've been working with Facebook's ad library for ads on social issues, elections, and politics since 2018. Here's Facebook's ad library. You can search for ads by advertiser or by text string. I'm going to search for Joe Biden's ads. So right away, I can see that there are a lot of ads. Joe Biden has run more than 50,000 ads. It's a little hard to get a high-level overview, actually. But let's look at just one particular ad. I can see some different times this ad creative was run. I can see some demographic and geographic trends about who these ads were shown to. I can see how much was spent, but I can't see any kind of targeting data. Still, this is probably fine if you want to look at just one individual ad. It mostly just doesn't work well if you're trying to understand the whole landscape of political advertising. That is why we built Ad Observatory. We built that high-level overview for the 2020 US election right here. So let's start with a look at the national picture. We can see not only who the top advertisers are, but what topics people are running ads about. So if we want to look at the presidential race specifically, we can see how Trump and Biden's ads stack up. We can see what kind of objectives their ads seem to have. We can see what topics they're spending money on. And we can even get some information about how their ads were targeted. Next, let's take a look at the state-by-state picture. So here, I can see what political ad spending in Michigan looks like. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are still the top spenders here. But spend on topics differ state to state, as does the presidential race in each state. Let's look at a congressional race. Here's the head-to-head information for the North Carolina Senate race. Cal Cunningham has vastly outspent his opponent, Tom Tillis, and they're largely spending money on different types of ads. They're also talking about different topics. Lastly, let's take a look at an individual advertiser's overall picture. Let's take a look at Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell has been spending money on running ads against two Facebook pages, his own Facebook page, as well as a page attacking his opponent, Amy McGrath. Virtually all of these ads are donation-seeking ads, but his ad spend has really varied week to week, with most of it being pretty recent. So now I'm sure you remember back when we looked at that national presidential race, that we had some really interesting targeting data on how Donald Trump and Joe Biden were targeting their ads. We have a lot more of this information for Joe Biden, but that's okay. But you might also remember that I mentioned that Facebook doesn't share this information. So where do we get it? In order to be able to show you how ads are targeted, we built Ad Observer. Ad Observer is a browser extension for Chrome and Firefox that you can install by going to adobserver.org and clicking the appropriate link for your browser. After you do this and accept the terms and conditions, when you're shown an ad on Facebook, the browser extension will collect it along with the targeting parameters and send it back to our servers. We never collect any information about users, although if you want to, you can tell us your age bracket, gender, and country. If enough citizen scientists can help us crowdsource ad observations, we can start to fill in the gaps in the data we get from Facebook. Thank you for your time. I hope you find Ad Observatory and Ad Observer useful in understanding what's going on during this election period.